Hi, I'm Sankalp, and this is the second part of the Figma to WordPress tutorial. We'll continue to design the page in Elementor. In the last video, we created the hero section. Now let's create the next one. This looks like a horizontal scrolling list. Let me show you how you can create an infinite scrolling text. Let's take a container and make its padding 0. Now take another container. I'll set the top and bottom padding to 10. Let's add the background color. Now, add another container. Make its padding 0. Set the direction as row horizontal and justify content to start. Now, let's add the icon list widget. We need this icon. There is already a star icon in the icon library of Elementor. This one. I'll add all the items now. Let's set the layout as inline, so that they are in horizontal direction. Make the text color black. The font should be primary, that is the Inter font. I'll set the font size 30 and weight medium. Let me check the font again. Yes, it is Inter. Icon color should also be black. I'll set the icon size to 20px and gap 15px. Space between the items should be 30. To make it scroll, we need to add this HTML code. You can get this code in the pinned comment. Let's add an HTML widget and paste it. I'll make this container gap 0. Now, we need to add class name to this container, which is the parent of the icon list container. Add this class. Marquee-parent. For the parent container of the icon list, add this class. Marquee-track. You won't see the scrolling animation in the editor. Let's preview the page. You can see the animation is working, but there is white space on both sides. We need to make this full width. This main container should be full width. Let's check again. Now it is perfect. The animation stops when you hover on it. Now, let's design this section. I'll take a container, horizontal layout. Make its padding 80 at the top and bottom and 20 on the sides. I'll add another container and make its padding 0. Duplicate it so that we get two-column layout. Let's copy this heading. I'll take the heading widget. This should be H2 only. Let me check the font. It is Inter. I'll make the font size 58. Weight medium and uppercase. Text color black. Now this one. The font is Kanit. And this is the text color. I'll add the text editor widget for this. Paste the text. Whenever you copy and paste from Figma, make sure to check the formatting. Font is Kanit, so secondary. I'll make font weight light. This should be 0. Now, let's create this button. Add the button widget. Explore services. Click on Upload SVG to add the icon that we downloaded. Position left and spacing 10. Text color white. No, it should be black. Typography secondary. I'll set border radius to. Padding 15 for top and bottom, 20 on both sides. This button needs an hover effect. Let's add a hover background color. You can pick any color. I'll go with this one. I'll make this container with 50%. Now, this section. This text color should be gray. Let's take a grid for this section. There are 2 columns. Add a container. I'll add the image widget. Select the image. This one. Now I'll add another container. Make its padding 0. Then add a heading. It should be H3. Let's copy this. The font is Inter and this is the color. Text color gray. Transform this to uppercase. I'll set the font size 24. Now copy this one. I'll just duplicate this one and drag it here. We need to reduce this image width. Let's set it to 20%. Now this element. It contains text and icon. So we need a container. Make it row horizontal and align center, padding 0. I'll take the heading widget. This is view details. Let's make this a div tag. Color gray. Now let's add the icon. Click on Upload SVG. This is the arrow icon. It has a circle border. So make this framed. I'll make the size 14px. Primary color should be gray. Border width 1. You can see there is some spacing at the bottom of the icon. To remove it, we need to add a custom CSS code. Make the line height 0. The spacing is gone now. Let's reduce the gap. And also make this container fit content so that it doesn't take full width. This font is Kannada. So make this Kannada. This text and arrow icon should be clickable. So let's add a link to this complete container. HTML tag should be a tag. Now this is a link. We also need to rotate the arrow. Make it -45 degree. You can see here are some borders. Let's check the color. This is the color. I'll copy it. For the borders, I'll add borders on the right and bottom of this container. Paste the color. Let's set the padding. I'll add 30px padding on the right side and bottom side. Let's make this text normal. I'll just duplicate this container 5 times and copy paste the content and replace images. You can skip this part. Let's make the grid gap 0 so that we should see a single border. For this container, we need to add padding to left and bottom side. Also, border should only be at the bottom. In the same way, I'll adjust the padding and borders for the remaining containers. Let's add the gap between these two sections. I'll make it 80. This section is over. Let's move to the next one. We'll design this one now. Let's add a horizontal container. Make its padding 80, 20, 80, 20. This background has a color. Let's copy this code and add the background color. Now I'll take another container. Make its padding 0. Duplicate it to make 2 columns. To show the number, let's take the counter widget. There is no title, so delete this. Number is 300. Color should be black. I'll set the font size 300 px and medium. The font is Inter, so it is correct. Now for this plus icon, we'll use the icon widget. I'll select this one. This should be stacked. Primary color should be black. To place the icon here, we need to change its position to absolute. Make this right. I'll set this to 50. Let's make it 48. And this one 30%. I'll make the icon size 20 and give it padding of 12. There is also a white border. So, let's add it. Border width 5. Border radius should be 50. This icon also has spacing at the bottom. Let's add the CSS code. Looks good. Now let's copy this text. It has Inter font. I'll add a heading widget. I'll make the HTML tag as p tag. Text color black. I'll set the font size 58. Weight medium and uppercase. Now, this button. I'll just copy and paste this one. It has transparent background and black border. Background should be transparent. And let's add the border. Width 1. Black color. Let's change the hover color. I'll set it green. I'll make this gap 40. For this container, let's add a gap of 120. This icon has moved here. So, let's decrease this container's width. Make it 80%. Now it looks good. Let's create the section now. The icon is looking small. I'll increase the size. For the next section, I'll repeat the same. It also has the same background color. Let's take a container and add the image widget. Select the image to add. We need to add this text. Font is Inter. I'll make it H3. Text color black. It is uppercase and make it medium weight. Gateway is on the next line. So I'll reduce the width. This looks correct. Now this text. It has this color and Kannada font. There is also a border. Its color is this. So, I'll take a heading widget. Make it a div tag. Color is gray. Font is Kannada, so this should be secondary. Let's make the width to fit content so that it doesn't take full width. I'll add a padding of 8. Let's add the border. Let me type the color. This looks good. Now, let's duplicate this container. And replace all the content. Here is a huge gap. So I'll add a gap to the main container. Make it 80. I'll delete the right side container. And duplicate this one. There is a gap at the top. So I'll add some padding at the top. There should also be some gap between these two columns. This also 120. Now, let me copy and paste the content. Let's publish this and preview. This is now clickable. This looks similar to the Figma design. This marks the end of this video. In the next video, we'll continue to design. Don't forget to like and subscribe.